What is up, YouTube? Zombie Project here, bringing you a brand new video, and today we finally got it. The updated Magicka Sorcerer build for the new update in Tamriel. Now this build has been a long time in the making, guys, and I really hope that you enjoy it. I've been testing this thing out for about a few weeks now. I'd probably say, 2 to 4 weeks ish, around there. Really just sort of mastering the playstyle of this build, because it's a little bit different, and I'll explain to you guys why in the video. But yeah, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this build. Before I get right into it, I just want to let you guys know that if you guys want to skip ahead to skills, champion points, gear, etc., I will leave that in the description. You guys can reference that in the future if you please, or go back if you need to. But yeah, you guys, let me tell you guys, this build is dumb overpowered. It is so good in PvP. I can't even stress that enough. So without any further ado, guys, you guys are gonna have to give this a try. But without any further ado, let's get right into the video, and we're gonna start off with gear first. Now, you guys are probably wondering, what has he been running? What has he been running these last months? We don't know. He doesn't really tell us. Okay, guys, we're doing the Maelstrom Inferno Staff sharpened. Okay, adds extra spell damage. Gotta love it. Best in slot, must have. Okay, Maelstrom Resto Staff, powered. Powered, defending, precise. Do whatever you like. I choose powered personally, and I'll explain that after I go over the gear sets. Mulligan of Guys, Robe of the Lich. We're running a 5-piece Lich, and then we're gonna do 1 Grothgar Shoulder as well, Max Magicka. Then we're gonna do 3 Willpower, all Arcane, all spell damage. Okay, guys, now let me go over this in depth a little bit. An alternative sets. Alternative sets for you guys that might not have these types of weapons. But Maelstrom Inferno Staff sharpened. You can also go with a sharpened lightning staff. Now you guys are probably like, a lightning staff? What the hell? Everybody says Inferno Staff is best in slot, and personally, guys, it is best in slot. However, it depends on who you're fighting. Again, if you're fighting a higher level player, like a higher level Dragonite, I might go with lightning staff. If you're fighting a higher level Nightblade, going with Inferno Staff. It all depends on who you're fighting, guys. But yeah, that is another option. You guys can go with lightning staff if you please. If you don't have Inferno Staff yet, you can go with the sharpened lightning staff, or a Nirnhoned one as well. You can go with the Nirnhoned lightning staff or a Nirnhoned Inferno Staff. However, sharpened is best in slot, and it will give you the most damage against other players. Next up, we got the Maelstrom Resto Staff, powered, defending, precise, etc. We're not really healing with this build. This isn't a healing build, so we're not going to want to get precise. I want powered because you get an extra heal when you're getting a shield as well. So I just figured it's a little bit better for me personally, because defending, it doesn't, the resistance from defending doesn't actually apply to you when your shields are up. So I don't really find that useful, so I went with powered on this. Next off, we got the Ken of Guys. Now, I'm trying to get infused on my big pieces, and I'm trying to get, impen on my small pieces. So on chest, head, and legs, I would go with infused, and on the small pieces, the other ones, I would go with impenetrable. And the reason for this, guys, is because you can't be critted when you have a shield up, and you're not going to really drop shields that much when you're fighting. So I just get a little bit of impen, but not too much. Now you can go all impen, or you can just leave it as how I said. But we are running 1 heavy armor piece. Now you can do the heavy armor on the head instead of the shoulders. That'll actually be better for you overall. And you're going to want to get the shoulders and impen. Like I said, you're not going to want divines. But if you have divines, you can't get impen, that's perfectly fine. I would try to get infused over divines, but if you don't have infused, then go with divines. Okay, guys? But yeah. So I run 1 heavy and then all light. It's just what I feel works best for me. Personally, you can run 2 heavy and then 5 light, or you can run 1 heavy and 5 light. We have the, okay, now, I completely forgot what I was just going to say here. Okay, yeah, we have a health glyph on 1 small piece, guys. You're going to want to get all Max Magicka on everything except your shoulder. You're going to want, or belt, hands, or feet. But I've chose my shoulder, just put 1 max health glyph, because you're going to have really low health with this. But it doesn't really matter because you have hot big shields, right? All spell damage on willpower, you're not going to need sustain at all. Trust me, you don't need any sustain. Just, you completely throw that out the window. Then arcane on everything for bigger shields. But yes, so that is what I would do, guys, with that. People can also run 2 Grothgar if you please. That is also another viable option. The reason I don't like Grothgar is because it's pretty easy to dodge against most players, unless you're really inexperienced. But you can dodge Grothgar pretty easily, which is why I personally don't run it. I run the Kenna and the 1 Grothgar instead, just how I feel, and I feel like it works best for me. So hopefully you guys feel it works good for you guys too. Next off, guys, we have these skills. But before we do that, let me show you my character sheet real quick. Let me just buff up real quick and show you what I'm working with when I'm actually fighting people. We're going to have 39,500 Magicka, 1891 Magicka recovery, spell damage 3140, and I'm pretty sure that goes a little bit lower. Let's see here. I think that goes a little bit lower. Actually, it doesn't. We don't even have a scroll right now. So actually, that won't go lower. This is actually 3140. I thought it was 3040 for some reason, but it's 3140 spell damage, so a little bit more than I actually expected, and 53% crit. And now when you take a potion, guys, let me show you. Let me just buff up again. And when you take a potion, we're going to be at 2107 recovery. And then when we proc our Lich set, which is, you know, the best set in the entire world. Okay, I don't even know how to like waste magic at this point. I just have to sit here spamming Mage Light. You don't run out. Oh, you know what? Healing word, waste a lot. Okay. You gotta get really low, guys, to even proc Lich. And it'll, like, do that. Okay, that's a Lich proc right there. It'll be like a blue little cloud. And when that procs, we have 4,050 Magicka recovery. Oh my god. So, you guys, sustain. Don't even think about it. It is absolutely stupid to run sustain when you have Lich. I've always strayed away from it, but don't stray away from it. It's literally the best set in the game right now for Sorcerer, best meta. As you can see, my potion ran out, Lich ran out there, but yeah, so we're going to rock high recovery with this build. It is dumb. Trust me, guys. You guys can focus on all damage once you have Lich set. But yeah, so let's get right into the skills, guys. And see what we can, you know, teach you guys today about the meta here, because I definitely learned a few things over the last couple weeks. Mage's Wrath. Now, you're probably like, God damn, Prodigy. Why are you not rocking Force Pulse? Okay, guys, now let me just go through my skills real quick, and then I will explain different setups that you can do with this. But this is the personal setup that I found works best for me. But there are different setups for this. Do not get me wrong. There are definitely different setups for this. And I will explain them all after I show you my setup. So first off, we have Mage's Wrath, dealing 3,392 shock damage. You're probably like, that's really low, right? And, you know, it is, but we're not really worried about that. We're worried about doing a heavy attack and a crystal frag at the same time and bursting people down really, really fast. That's how sorcerers kill people, guys. So we're going to want to spam Mage's Wrath until we get a crystal frag proc, charge up a heavy attack, crystal frag, and then 1 Mage's Wrath. If they're below 20% health, guys, they're dead. I'm telling you that right now. It is so stupid of an ability. Like, if you get them to low health at all, they don't even stand a chance. Like, they're just going to die instantly. And that is what the best part about the Mage's Wrath actually is. A lot of people overlook this skill. Not everybody, but, you know, a lot of people overlook it. Especially if you're coming from a PvE background, a lot of people really do overlook this skill. And they'll be like, why would you use this when you could use Force Pulse? I personally like this better. I'm not going to lie, guys. This actually helps you out a lot more than Force Pulse will. But with that being said, let's go into Hardened Ward. Crystal Frag, Felicious Curse, a must. I mean, look at that damage. Oh my god. Inner Light, definitely a must. 5% plus 2% recovery plus 2% max magicka plus spell critical. Oh my god. And it gets some out of stealth. And it empowers your attacks. You have to have Inner Light on your front bar, guys. Don't try to get around that. You have to have it on your front bar. Next off, Dawnbreaker Smiting. Oh my god, guys. You guys are probably gonna just sit here and be like, but Prodigy, you said Overload. Don't get me wrong, guys. Overload, you can run it if you want to. You can run it if you want to. However, guys, Dawnbreaker of Smiting is so bursty, and people do not expect it as a Magicka build, that it is dumb. You can just melt people with Dawnbreaker of Smiting. It is absolutely amazing. Look how much damage it does for a magic build, and that just tells you it's a good skill. Now compared to the Destawalt, it is literally half the cost. It's actually less than half the cost of the Destawalt. Why would you run it? So Dawnbreaker Smiting, it's really good, especially in like 1vx situations. You can burst people down immediately, get them out of your way. Destawalt might be a little bit better, but you know, you don't always have 200 something ultimate just sitting there, right? Dawnbreaker, you can build it fast and burst people down immediately with that skill. So that's the reason I run it, guys. Yeah, you can also run the Gastawalt or Overload. However, I'm preferring Dawnbreaker right now. That is when I'm preferring it. This will especially help you out in duels, guys. If you are going to be dueling as a Magicka Sorcerer and you're not running this, delete your skills, reset your skills, and get Dawnbreaker. That sounds a little bit mean, but just do that, please. Okay, next off, guys, we're going to have to go with Dark Deal on our back bar, Boundless Storm on our back bar, Healing Word on our back bar, Daedric Minefield on our back bar, Streak on our back bar. Streak, you're going to be streaking a lot, guys, and you're going to be hitting Boundless Storm a lot. You're actually going to be hitting all these skills a lot except Mines. You're not going to really hit Mines a lot. And I'll tell you what, you can switch up with this in a second after I go through my setup. But yeah, you're not going to be hitting Mines a lot, but you're going to hit everything else a lot, guys. You're going to want to get really good at bar swapping and animation canceling. Energy Overload bar. Okay. We're going to have our Power Surge. Now, this is really the only thing you're going to hit on your Overload bar. Unless you're actually going to be using it, but you're not going to be really using this at all. I mean, that's like 0.0001% of the time with this build. But Power Surge, guys. Great skill. Major sorcery for 30 seconds, and it heals you while you're being critted. And I'm going to tell you that's why that's important here a little bit when I'm just going over like a little bit more in-depth description of the build. But yeah, Power Surge is a must. Hardened Word, got to have it on there. Inner Light, Vicious Curse, and Streak. Alright, guys, now I'm going to tell you what you guys can switch up with these skills if you don't want to run them. Or if you want to run them a little bit differently than I chose to. You can do this, guys. This is another alternate setup for this build. You can run Force Pulse. Okay? You can also run Mage's Wrath on your front bar. You can go on your back bar, right? And personally, you can do this. This is just how I would set it up, or how I, did set it up whenever I've tried this build. I personally don't like. I find it's a little bit too hard to put shields on your back bar, even with really good animation cancel. It's just because you killed more than not. But yeah, you will do a lot more damage. A lot more damage in the sense that you don't have to. You can do Force Blast and Mage's Fury on the same bar. However, I personally prefer my shields on the front bar. But yeah, you can do Hardened Word right there, Healing Word right there, Boundless Storm right there, and then you can go on your Energy Overload bar. And you can put Mines right there instead of Inner Light. So you're not going to be using Overload on this build. So you're going to do that. You're going to have shields on the back bar. You're going to have Mage's Wrath, Force Pause. So you're going to be proccing for your Crystal Frag off your Force Pause. Once you burst them down with the Crystal Frag and Heavy Attack, then you can do a Mage's Wrath. But you're going to have shields on the back bar. So I mean, that's a problem for me. I just personally don't find that. So it's not something that I found to like. But yeah. So let me just switch that back, guys, and then I will go over the champion points. So let's do that. Mage's Wrath. We're gonna do Boundless Storm right there, and then we're gonna do Mines right here. Overload. I just like to switch this back, guys, so I don't forget. If I go to test out the build, I can show you guys what this is like. Yeah, so there's that. Okay. Now let's get into the champion points, guys. Okay, Green Tree, 62 into Magician, right? That is just, I found this to be a really good number, and I found this to, not really waste your champion points as much. 1 into Sprinting. You don't have to do this, guys. You don't have to put 1 into Sprinting. You would do it if you want to. I just put it in there just because. 1 into Stamina Recovery, because why not? Who wants a free 1%? I know I do. 73 in Arcanist. As you guys can see, I'm not really worried about Magic Recovery. So for me, I don't really have to put 100 in here. I can actually put some in a reduced cost if I want to as well. Because people might just stack Recovery up, but I mean, really, what's the point, dude? You got so much, it doesn't even matter. Next up, Tenacity. Always want to do this with a staff. Next thing you know, we got Tumbling. You're probably like, dude, why does this guy have 10% of the Tumbling? You guys are going to want to CC break a lot. When you start to get into more of 1vxing, against more experienced players, they're gonna CC you a lot more than most people will. And if you don't get CC'd, I mean that's a damn miracle. I got to be straight up with you guys. That's a miracle if you don't get CC'd. So I like to put 10% into Tumbling at all times. And the next update, I might actually put more into Tumbling or reduce block costs when the update comes out for more champion points. But yeah, right now I'm just doing 10% in Tumbling. Alright, next off we got 48 into Elfborn, or 15% damage by healing and just pure damage, 15%. So then we're going to do 100 Elemental Expert and 7 Dispel Erosion. Now, the reason we got 100 in Elemental Expert, guys, every single ability scales off this. Like, why would you not put as many points as you possibly can in here? A lot of points in the crit. You don't really need much more than that. I mean, you can, but you don't really need much more. 7 asserts the magic number, as you guys probably heard me say in my last build video. 7 is the magic number in spell penetration. Don't know why, just how I feel. Staff Expert, guys. Wow. 21 in here. I just felt like 21 was the way to go. I don't know, it's just how I felt. I just felt like 21 was a good thing. I'm probably going to put points into here. 10 points in here in the next update. Into Staff Expert from extra heavy attack damage. But then we got 10 into Shattering Blows. You can put more into here if you want to. You could take 10 out of Elemental Expert and put 10 into here if you want to. Or 10 into here, put 5 and 5. But I personally prefer 100 Elemental Expert. 1 into Thaumaturge, that'll be a bigger curse for you guys. I just run 1 in here because, I mean, curse scales off everything else. So, I mean, you don't really need to put too many more in here. Now, you are going to be cursing a lot, but you just put 1 in there. Next off, 1 into Resistance. Now, you guys can put more in here if you want to. I personally don't. I wouldn't put that many in here, guys, because as a Sorc, you can't crit shields. So, I mean, there's really not a point to put, you know, that many points into here. I just prefer the damage mitigation. So, Hardy, Elemental Defender, right there, 42, 42, Thick Skin 2. Bastion, 100. You want your shields to be big as hell, guys. You want the biggest shields you can possibly get in the game, guys. So 100 in a Bastion, that's what you want. You want to have high damage with high shields. That's what you want, guys. So 100 in a Bastion. You don't want to be able to get, you know, just bursted down by somebody because you have a low shield. You don't want that to happen. Trust me, it feels terrible. You don't want that to happen. Yeah, guys, so that is the build. One more thing on the gear. Okay, you can, as well, instead of Mullikenna, Grothgar, and Willpower, you can run 5 spinners if you want to. I know a lot of people like to run spinners. Spinners is not better than this setup, guys. Okay, 5 Lich, and then Kenna, Grothgar, Willpower is better than spinners and Lich. Take my word for it. Test it out yourself. It's just better, guys. I mean, I don't know. Overall on PvP, you just don't run it. Just don't run it, dude. I mean, it'll help you out against heavy armor builds. Obviously, we all know that. But light armor builds, medium armor builds sometimes, it's just not beneficial. I mean, I'd rather have this straight up damage to just absolutely knock people on their ass than worry about the, you know, extra penetration. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a good set, a little bit less damage in my opinion. This is just perfectly opinion. Now, I haven't tested any numbers, but when I did test numbers before, a long time ago with like blue gear and all that, I found that my setup was better. So I'm sticking with this. I'm sticking with what I got. It's just how I feel. I don't know, guys. This is just how I feel. I actually did math on paper, theoretical. I never actually tested it though. But yeah, this is just what I feel. Another thing you guys can do. I personally do not recommend this. Okay, you can do dual wield swords on here. I know, guys. I completely forgot to mention this in the beginning, but yeah, you can do dual wield swords on here, and you can fight like this. You can like proc your weapon enchantment there with the increased weapon and spell damage, and you can do that with Mage's Fury, etc. However, you will not have as much burst. You will have more damage by far, but you're not gonna have as much. I don't know how to explain it. Like burst with your heavy attacks. I just found it better to use the staff, guys. You can run dual wield though. I run it sometimes. Just I don't know. It's just sort of it's really good in the 1v1s. I don't really find it as useful in 1vx. So yeah. Now the food that we're gonna be running, guys. Witch Mother's Potent Brew. Take that real quick, and that is the food that we are running. So let's go into here. This is what it looks like, guys. Max Magicka, max health, Magicka recovery. You can run the max health, max stamina, and max Magicka. Take that real quick just to show you guys what it is like. Now you're gonna get a little bit more max Magicka with this, a lot more stamina, and a little bit more health, and you have a little bit less recovery. I don't know. I just didn't find it as useful. I'd rather have the recovery at all times. I don't know, just this meta. I just feel like it's just more useful to have the recovery. I mean, look how much more recovery you get, and you're just using a little bit less damage. Now, stamina might be hard to manage for some of you. Like, I know it just might be a little bit hard for some of you. This is why Dark Deal, it's your friend. Whenever you get a moment of peace, you're gonna pop Dark Deal at all times, guys. So always try to keep that up. Next off, we have the Thief Mundus Stone. It is the best for PvP, increase critical strike chance. Now, you guys are probably like, what, dude? People wear impen. Yes, but you know what? 90% of people do not actually wear impen. Now, you take my word for it, guys. Trust me. A lot of people don't wear impen in PvP. They just don't. Okay. Now, higher level people, yes, you're gonna have a little bit harder time fighting them with increased critical strike chance. However, against most players, guys, the Thief is the way to go. If you want a 1vx, the Thief is the way to go. Because most people, the ones that get 1vx'd anyways, are bad players. I'm sorry to say it, but they're the badder players, the worst players. So you're gonna want to increase critical strike chance because they're most likely not gonna be running impen. Yeah, that is what we got so far for the build, guys. 64 in the Magicka, so you guys know that. And yeah, that is the build. Let me just go out and show you guys what potions I'm running real quick. We're gonna run Essence of Immovability. Now this is gonna be your main potion. Immune to knockback for 16 seconds, restores health, restores magic, and it gives you recoveries for both of those. Insanely expensive, insanely overpowered, insanely good. Recommend running these. This will help you get so many more kills than you ever thought was possible, guys. You can do that. Another thing that you can run, you can do Tri-Stat, Stamina, Magicka, Health. However, Essence of Movability is definitely the way to go with this. Run that over the Tri-Stat any day. Another one that you can run here is the Essence of Detection. Now you can do this for Nightblades, etc. Just be careful that you don't get bursted down. Block when you hit this, just so you can see them and know what they're gonna do while you're hitting this, because you won't have a movable potion if you proc that first. And lastly, we have the Spell Critical Potion. I don't like the Spell Critical Potion. Now this could get you off of actually running Inner Light, but you're gonna lose so much Magicka. It's just pointless. Just don't run these. Just run the movable potions. But yeah, so let's get right into the build testing with like combos, etc. here. I'm actually gonna go up into the sewers and I'm gonna show you guys what we got here, so I can go anywhere. Okay, so we're gonna go in the sewers here. I'm just gonna show you out a couple ads real quick, and this will be the demonstration of how it really works and how you really wanna time up things. Yeah, so this build, guys, try it out. I was really naive. I didn't want to try it out at first. Oh my god, please try it out. I'm telling you guys, I'm trying to enhance your skill here, and make you guys do those 1vx's that I can pull off. And the reason I can is because this build is just so overpowered, as well as skill. Obviously skill is a big factor in it, but god, dude, this setup is so overpowered. I just noticed such a big difference, because when you get people to low health, guys, they just incinerate. You can't even counter it. It's dumb. Okay, now let me go over testing with the build real quick, guys, and show you actually how you really want to play it. Now you're gonna play this a little bit more up close and personal. Not too close, not too far, just in the right space. And when they get to lower health, you're gonna want to charge them. You're gonna want to sprint at them. Okay. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna buff up, of course, obviously, before you go into battle, and you're gonna take your ward. You're gonna hit your Mage Light. Okay, I'm just gonna do this in slow motion for you guys. Bang, Boundless Storm. Switch to Overload. Bang. Switch. You're gonna hit your Hardened Ward, and then your Inner Light. You're gonna go in, heavy attack, and Crystal Frag if you can. But yeah, so this is just what it looks like, guys. I'm just gonna sort of show you how to weave it. Okay, this is actually perfect. This guy has this. So you're gonna want to keep hitting Mage Light, like so, and you're gonna want to keep getting close. You're gonna keep knocking him down, keep hitting Mage Light like this. Go around. You can light attack as well. Weave in, light attack. You can curse this. Try to just do this in slow motion, guys, because I don't really want to do it too fast for you guys. Heavy attack, etc. You just want to really look at that. That is the reason that Mage Light is so overpowered. Okay, so now let me just do this a little bit faster here. Okay. Now it's gonna keep speeding it up each time I go through this, guys. Sort of show you. Just want to it's kind of hard to explain. Like when you want to hit Mage Light, you just want to hit it like all the time. It's kind of like your Force Plus. Okay, this you want to curse obviously, and then yeah, just keep sort of like rotating your skills out. So it'll just be like what I like to lead in is with heavy attack, Mage Light. Not Mage Light. Mage's Fury, Mage's Fury, Mage's Fury, Mage's Fury, Mage's Fury. And then until you get a Crystal Strike proc, bang, and then sort of charge them. So once you knock them down, you want to charge them. Okay? Now let me do this at a really fast pace now. And show you. So let me get a bigger ad here. I know there's the day drop up here somewhere. Yes, right there. Okay. Okay, so you're going to buff up. You're going to charge him with a heavy attack, Mage Light, bang. Now you're going to want to just keep doing this, right? You're going to want to curse him, like so. So you get a Crystal Strike proc, and then when you get Crystal Strike proc, you're going to charge in and go bang, like that. Now, they will incinerate, guys. They will incinerate. When you get them to low health, your Boundless Storm will actually proc an incineration, or electrocute. I'm not really sure what you call it, but it is just dumb, guys. Let me try to show you. Let me try to show you with Boundless Storm. Like, look, they're just gonna start incinerate like that, like bang. Bang. See, like I mean, it's just so powerful. Okay, next off, bang. Okay, now this is the point where you're gonna want to curse. Go like that, bang, bang, bang. Oh my God. Okay, this is perfect. We actually got a guy. Okay, didn't know we had this guy here. Easy, guys, easy. Easy, 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 guys, easy. So that is sort of like how it works, guys. Heal myself here. Well, I honestly didn't even see that guy. I don't even know where the other guy went now. But yeah, so as you guys can see, it's really overpowered. Like, I mean, the burst is insane. Like, it is literally insane. So just sort of keep proccing your Mage's Fury, and they will explode when they get to low health. I mean, like 21k. Like, I mean, it's just dumb. Plus, what it already does base damage-wise. Just a really, really overpowered skill. So yeah, guys, that is the build. If you guys have any questions about it, if you guys have any tips for me, please leave that in the comments below, and I will be sure to try and answer them whenever I get the chance to. But yeah, this has been your boy Zombie Prodigy, and as always, YouTube. Hopefully you enjoyed, and peace.